You are now entering the Dollar Hour Podcast Zone. Buckle up. We will be discussing an array of topics such as political, entertainment, current events, sports, and hypotheticals. We're going to take this journey together, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to learn from each other, console one another, heal one another, and grow as a community. That's right. It's the Dollar Hour. It's the Dollar Hour. Everybody get ready for the Dollar Hour. Yeah. Yeah. It's the Dollar Hour. Everybody get ready for the Dollar Hour. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. That's right. That's right. Every week, a new episode will be dropping of the Dollar Hour Podcast. Everybody, join in. This is a major situation. It's the Dollar Hour Podcast. Let's go. Hello, everybody out there. What's going on? Welcome to the Dollar Hour Podcast, episode 17, titled White Man in a Black Man's Body. Next to me, I got my trusted co-host, MUSA the Don. What's going on with you, MUSA the Don?
Man, we in the building. I'm talking about MUSA the Don's here. We ready to get this thing on. We ready to bring you all some energy. We ready to bring you all some hypotheticals. We want to bring you some motivation for the soul. And we want to bring you some of them sports. We want to bring you some of that entertainment. And mostly of all, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, you know we want to bring you that social events and media.
You know what? That sounds like a pretty complete rundown on what we about to bring to the people here today, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's going on. But other than that, how's everything going on in life with you, good brother D? You know what I mean?
Everything, man, is going good, man. As a matter of fact, man, I've been having a lot of thoughts in my mind, and one of them is some hypotheticals that we always talk about.
I was reviewing, I think it was episode 15. He was like, give them the hypotheticals. I felt like I disappointed you by not giving you the hypothetical exactly when you wanted it, when you asked for it.
I was hurt, man.
So what we going to do today, we going to start off episode 17, White Man in the Black Man's Body, with hypotheticals. Is there any particular hypotheticals that the good brother Diesel, aka MUSA the Don, would like to tag anybody?
I would like to talk about today. Matter of fact, it's April the 1st, everybody.
Hey, listen, and this ain't no joke.
Wake up.
We still make the mic smoke. But give me a hypothetical, good brother Diesel.
Hey, listen, check it out. So the hypothetical today right there I had on my head was, I was thinking the other day, and I was just walking around, and I had a couple conversations, and the hypothetical I had that made me think about this was, a woman is in love with a married man, but he's not going to leave her, right?
Okay.
But he's not going to leave his wife when I say her.
Okay.
But the lady on the side, or the mistress, is in the back of her head, she's saying, well, since he ain't going to leave her, when am I going to leave him? That was the hypothetical in my mind.
You know what? I think I know where you're going with this situation, but I think give us a little bit more clarity. Like, I want to make sure I understand exactly where you're coming from with that, brother.
I mean, she, you know, the second lady, she know my man is married. She really got a thing for him. She done fell in love with him because they've been, you know, he been taking her out, doing the thing, you know, that she likes, taking her to dinners, taking her, having her fun and whatever they doing. And at the end of the day, man, you know, she done fell in love with the boy, but she know he married.
So she tired of playing number two.
She tired of playing because she done fell in love with the boy. So she like, I know this is for
So at this point, she's putting pressure on him. She's putting pressure on him that she wants to be the number one and only one in his life.
And she's not letting up off the gas. And if it ain't gonna be her way, then I guess she's gonna hit the highway.
But how long has she been coming at this man? You know what I mean? With these new demands that she want, that it's about her, and that it's time for him to get rid of his ex, get rid of his current woman.
This been happening for the last year. She keeps putting pressure on the boy, and he keeps, you know, running away from the situation. But she's not letting up off the gas.
So hypothetically, should the man keep doing what he's doing and having his cake and eating it too, or you know what I mean, or do the woman just walk away knowing that she's still smitten over this guy?
in my eyes, I think that he should keep playing his play as long as he can play it. And if she want to roll, man, go ahead and let her roll, because you know you got that real household, man, at the crib that if you let that thing go raggedy, it might go real bad for you. So,
but at the same time, she make me feel better than I do when I'm at home. But at the same time, I really wouldn't mind being with her. But it's just the simple fact that it's going to be a lot of grief, a lot of bullshit in my life. You know what I mean? If I do, when I go home and I run this past my baby.
Well, listen, at the end of the day, you got to pick your poison, my man. And sweetheart, whatever you're going to do, go ahead and do it. But you know what? The grass ain't green on the other side.
But listen, I don't want to just touch on this. You know what I mean? I want to elaborate into this. You know what I mean? What options do, you know what I mean, do a female in that position really have, good brother? What options does she have?
Honestly, man, seriously, the options that I think she has is either she can keep, dating this married man.
Okay.
And let it be what it is. Or,
it's going to be what it is.
Or, she can just bounce, man, because at the end of the day, it's only going to be that. It's going to be you, the second lady. If you try to destroy the man's marriage and all that, 9 times out of 10, he's going to hate you. He's not going to want to deal with you no more because you just messed his life up. And at the same time, you knew what it was. So if you step into a hot pot and you know it's already hot, don't get mad when you get burnt. You already knew the joint was hot. You know what I'm saying?
Right, you already knew the joint was hot. A lot of people know that the stove is hot, but I guess they'll still reach out and touch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they want to feel the pain.
Yeah, and then at the same time, she has to understand that you're not gonna be able to change that man no matter how hard you try, you want. However, that man got his thing set up, he got it set up. So you got to roll with the punches, or you just gonna have to roll out.
But at the same time, I'm trying to understand the real hypothetical question here, because does she leave? Does she stay? I'm trying to find out. And to the females out here that is living that life and knowing that they playing the role of number 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what I mean? And that you jockeying for position to be number 1. How long do you jockey for that position? And when do you realize that position is not going to be available to you? Sorry, Mr. Lee, but there's no help. There's no help wanted. Ain't that what Bismarcky said?
Hey, that's what he said. What the thing about it is, like I said, once again, she stepped into that arena. She know what it is. You can't step into their ladies thinking that you're going to take over. Sometimes you're going to be number 2, and that's what it is.
But hold on. Now, don't get the game twisted. It's been a lot of hoes that gave a lot of other hoes some hope. It's been a lot of number 2s that took the number 1 spot.
And I'm not saying that
so it doesn't always have to mean that because I'm number 2, I always have to play number 2. But what must a female do to secure her number 1 position? And at the same time, if the man is truly in love with his woman, you know he's truly in love with his woman, despite what he tell you before he get his man off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like I said, hey, at the end of the day, it's all on how the female going to present her thing. If the next man's relationship's raggedy, she might be one up on that thing, making the man feel better, whatever she going to do, however she going to do it. But you got to just play your part. It's going to be one thing. He either going to be with you, or you're going to be with her, or you're going to be with both of y'all. So sometimes...
But do you want a man that's with both of y'all when he just said, baby, I'm... Now, see, listen, when you start smashing the joint and boom, 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 is one thing. When you start telling her, I love you, and she telling you, I love you back, it's another thing. When you buying your wife Christmas gifts and Valentine's Day gifts, you buy her Christmas gifts and Valentine's Day, you done created a situation.
I thought that was going to be another thing.
It's a situation thing.
I was waiting to hear the bottom drop.
Yeah, so my thing, once that situation get created, you know what I mean, you done told her, you know what I mean, you number 1 quality, right. But at the same time, you got to understand that when I make it over to you on December 25th is when I make it over to you. When I make it past you, it'll normally be past 1:30. Between 1:30 and 3:30 is when I make it over to see you on either holiday, because I got to get that morning time to the family.
She know what you got to do.
And at the same time, that this girl is getting a little antsy, because now what she's starting to do is she's starting to text message you, when you coming. She's starting to call you when she's supposed to know her role, but she doesn't anymore.
Wait, man. Well, like I told you, man, she gonna do what she gonna do, because that's where you set her at. But if you telling her all these things and you hyping her up and that's what the next thing, brothers. Y'all gotta be careful how y'all deal with these situations.
Okay.
Because if you telling this woman this and telling her that, but you doing another thing like, oh baby, I love you, I'm going to leave my wife and be with you for the rest of your life.
Okay.
And you really don't mean that shit. You can't be mad if she snap out and lose her mind because you've been feeding her all this BS. She think,
But I feed everybody BS. I'm BSer.
You better off just keeping it real, telling the truth, man, telling her what it is. And if she accepts it, so be it. If she doesn't, so be it.
So the moral of the story you telling me is, say, hold on. I don't agree with where you're going. Because before I get this girl to actually fall in love with me, I got to kind of really tell her anything she need to hear just to go ahead and, you know what I mean? I got to treat that mind like putty. I got to play with it, finesse it, massage it, caress it.
Pimping 101.
I got to play the game. Now that I get you where I want, now I can't say, hold up.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute.
But what I'm
you thought my main joint was finished? You can't do it like that.
You don't have to do it like that. But I'm telling you, if you just keep it funky from the gate, either she gonna accept it or she ain't, and she can't be mad at you at the end of the day once everything goes down, and all you can do is I already told you about that. She can't say nothing to you. There's nothing she can say to you. You already explained to her what it is and what it was.
You know what? I heard that, man. So basically, concluding today's episode segment of hypotheticals, I say that if you know that the man has a number one female in his life, you know what I mean? You got to give him the time it takes for him to make the decision on who he truly wants to be with, because only then, you know what I mean? Only up until then is when you're going to get the real from him. Other than that, he's just going to have to keep finessing the situation to keep you around as long as he possibly can. Because, I mean, what else he got to do? He got a little bit of feelings for you, too. He might don't have enough to go ahead and say, move over bacon, here comes Sizzling. But at the same time, baby, I like bacon and Sizzling. I like bacon and I like Sizzling.
Yeah, that's an old commercial right there. Shout out to Sizzling.
Hey,
man.
What happened to Sizzling?
You know what? I don't know. I think they came and got Sizzling.
They came and got Sizzling.
Yeah, they took her out the market.
Hey, listen, man. I was doing some reading, man, on this other topic going on, and I was having a conversation with a few good brothers, man, about the genocide being committed, you know what I mean, on black folks today, and the powers that be trying to eliminate black bodies off of the street and out of existence, you know what I mean, for their political agenda and everything going on, man. And it's a lot of things taking place that alarms me when I read these things, when I research these things. I'm really alarmed by them. But at the same time, sometimes I got to really sit back and wonder how much our people really even care or are concerned about the demise of their own race. What do you think about that?
I'm really glad you spoke on that.
Man, this is real. This is something that touches my heart, man.
It touches my heart deeply, man, because just to see the young man the other day in Florida get gunned down in the back.
Oh, 20 times. 7 in the back. 7 in the back, 20 times.
That's got to hit home. Everybody has a son. Everybody has a nephew. Everybody has a grandson. Everybody has a brother.
But good brother D, a lot of people, sorry to cut you off, good brother, but I gotta say, a lot of people do not care unless it affects them personally.
And that's why I'm saying everybody. That's why I'm.
But they don't realize these things.
And I'm not talking about my brother, your brother. I'm talking about everybody got a sibling or some kind of family member that is a young man that you could say. Any young man could be at their grandma's house in their backyard doing whatever they was doing. Absolutely. At that time. I mean, that's supposed to be a comfort zone for you, your grandmother's house. And you Absolutely. Tell me this man gets shot in 20-something times by the law. I mean, y'all couldn't do anything else besides light that man up with ribbons of bullets. Even if y'all thought he had a gun, y'all couldn't hit him with one of those stun guns or the electric joints or something. Anything besides lighting him up like that. Then to come to find out the man had a bag of Skittles and a cell phone. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's sickening.
And he was fresh out of Skittles.
Yeah, so, he's probably trying to call the cell phone because he was scared for his life. But at the end of the day, I really do take that. I'm trying to make a call on the cell phone.
I'm with you, good brother D. I'm with you, good brother D.
You know what I meant, man. But I'm really being passionate about it.
Right, as you should.
But at the end of the day, man, I just really feel hardened for his family. My love and my... definitely my emotions and my families go out for y'all, man, because that's some sad stuff, man. And it's many more who have not to take the tension off of him. There's many more that have gotten murdered in these cold streets, man, by this gang that calls themselves the police station and the government, man. It has to stop.
But wait a minute. It goes deeper. It goes way deeper.
Speak on it.
Okay, and I will, good brother. What about all the injections that they're giving us? All the
vaccines.
All the vaccines that they're giving us. That's actually them using us as test dummies. What about the way that they're marketing abortion to the black community? Look at the abortion numbers that trump any other nationality 4-1. You know what I mean? In the community. Look at all these third world countries that all these different people keep going away to, talking about we're over here helping out. We're trying to give vaccines to the people in Haiti, to the people in West Africa, to the people, you know what I mean, in this country, that country. You know what I mean? All people are minority, but they're using them as test dummies. They're taking fetuses from the abortion clinic. You know what I mean? They're selling off the
organs.
Not only are they selling off the organs, but all the different tissues and things that they're selling to research companies. They have to create it in order to create a cure to a disease. They also have to create diseases in the same time. They did this number game diesel to the point where it's so many different things. Look how they poison the water. This thing going on with the lead and Flint.
Yes.
Look about when they sent researchers in to test the water and why it is the way it is, that they ignored the data because they did not want to report that, because they did not want to change, because this feeds into the national agenda.
And it's
you know what I mean?
Affecting their area.
I mean, of course it's not. People. I mean, number one, it's genocide, and it's being deliberately done to affect a certain demographic, which is us, which is people that look like us.
The black man. Listen, man, I totally agree with you, my man, and I was just touching up on what you just said. I was looking at a man, a scientist, and he was just explaining how, back in the day that the black man was more or less outside, because, where we're from is, a higher region area. And now
a what region area?
A hotter regional area. Like it's hot there. You know what I mean? The sun sets, the equator sets down lower on the east than it does the west. But
I don't think that it really has anything to do with it. I think it has more to do with back in the day with all the technology and with the different businesses and with the different jobs. You know what I mean? A lot of things today require you to be inside, when before it required you to be outside.
So they was even talking about how the black man or the black woman, whether once we get cancer, it spreads in our body more because the chemicals that we have and we're made up of are not working, because we need just to have vitamin D in your body every day can, subject you from having that. And people don't even know that. Like, just by having it's crazy, but they don't give you these answers about things.
I think I understand exactly where you're going. You're saying by having vitamin D in your system, it will fight off, the diseases, from certain breast cancers, from certain cancers, and certain things that you're getting, right? But they won't tell you that that it's mandatory. It should be mandatory for people of color to take vitamin D,
right? Because
being as though that you're not in the house, being as though that you're not outside the way you used to be, right. The same thing that was used to keep you and protect you from the sun is being used against you, being though you're being kept inside.
Yeah, and you cleared it up for me. I appreciate that, because I wasn't so totally clear on it. But at the end of the day, man, getting back to the facts, man, it's just that we have to be very careful, man, how we're treating our bodies, man. And not only how we treating our bodies, you got to be, the smoke screens are up. It's no need to sit up there and act like you're going to be one of them, because you're not, man. They're not accepting us, man. At the end of the day, they're trying to get rid of us in a bad way. And if you don't know that, you have to look at the signs. Every time one of us is getting killed, like the guy said, everybody's talking about Black Lives Matter. That's fine to talk about Black Lives Matter, brother. But are Black lives looking into different things besides just somebody got killed on the street? It's different than that. It's bigger than that. You know what I mean? Okay, the police killed somebody. That's fine. What about what we're doing to ourselves with our bodies? And what about they have subjective things to do to us that we're not watching out for, like putting the vaccinations inside of us, inside of our babies? They're saying that way more percentage of black boys have subjected to autism versus white kids. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because of the vaccinations that
absolutely
with an 18-month-old baby or 2 years old can be ruined for the rest of his life just by one of the vaccinations that they put in.
That's
I
real.
mean, you gotta. That's more like Black Lives Matter. Like we had to put this kind of information out. You know what I mean? So that we're educated behind it, man. And there is more than one way to skin a cat. They don't have to get rid of us by shooting us in the middle of the street.
Even though they definitely are taking that approach as well, but they have an overall agenda.
They're getting rid of us by putting us in jail because we don't have no sense enough not to break the laws. You know, we don't have the education, so they give us higher time once we do get in trouble. You know what I mean?
And that's another thing with the jails. Like, you know what I mean? Once we're subjected to the jails, you know what I mean? We're automatic test dummies for anything that the state want to test. It's just like you're in a third world country.
Yeah.
You're in a third. Once you hit that jail, you're in a third world country because we're gonna give you the minimumest of the minimumest. Am I saying that correctly, good brother? The minimalness of everything we possibly can.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
Low ball everything. You low ball
slave
food,
foods.
Low ball sleeping.
Slave foods.
You don't even know that the mattress that they give you are messing your damn back.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Sleeping on steel. I mean, people, we cannot put ourselves in these predicaments.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
We gotta stop subjecting ourselves to these.
It's so much more
out
here to gain and be part of than sitting there in somebody's stupid ass cell.
Well, I think the first thing that we need to do as a people is we have to educate ourselves.
Yeah.
Most importantly, you hit that on the head, good brother Diesel.
Man.
We have to educate ourselves and then after we educate ourselves, we actually have to care. Yeah, you know what I mean? We got to stop.
Why? And that's a good question you just said. And I not to cut you off.
Right.
Why is it that the black man or black woman does not care about these things that we're talking about the health issues, what scientists are putting out, what the government's putting out, how they care about you, things like that? You go into a corporate business and you sit up there trying to be nice and friendly and or sometimes be an Uncle Tom and a kiss ass, and you don't understand that they don't care. And why don't we care about how we present ourselves and what we know and things like that? How to speak on that, brother?
Okay. I'll definitely speak on that. I think the reason why African Americans or minorities in general don't care because we're tasked with so many different problems. It's hard to concentrate on one, even though one's health and survival should be paramount to anything other. Okay, meaning our survival should come first to the people who are not with me. You know what I mean? It should be first, and everything else after that should be health, survival, and then everything else. I'd rather, you know what I mean? I'm worried about my cell phone. And, I gotta have my salary. Right, my cell phone ain't been paid, or this bill collector calling my phone. I mean, I'm worried about all the BS that shouldn't even matter or should not come first on the list of my concerns. But I'll hold them in higher regard than I do my own health or my own survival. Right. And I think that the real stuff becomes an illusion to the BS. You know what I mean? Because people don't actually know how to manage. I mean, everybody don't know how to manage everything that comes in their life. What needs to be dealt with in what order. Everybody doesn't have that order. Everybody doesn't have that skill. Okay. You know what I mean? And it's really preyed upon because they know that the average uneducated person does not have that skill, and they act upon it. You know what I mean? To defeat us as a race.
So it's more of an ignorance thing. It's more of a lack of knowledge thing, and that's why they don't care, because you're saying that they have an ignorance to the fact of what's going on out here.
Okay, let me point something out to you.
Is that what I'm getting at?
Let me point something out to you.
Okay.
I know the boy Joel Santana has been in the news a lot lately for the situation at the airport where he had the little 2-shot Dillinger and a bunch of Percocets. Right. You know what I mean, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
I watched them roast Joel Santana for 2 weeks straight. They got pictures of him when Dave Chappelle dresses up as the junkie. I forgot the junkie name on the Dave Chappelle show.
Right. He got all the white stuff.
All the white stuff. Yeah, I mean, they got Joel Santana up there with about 7 teeth in his mouth. 7. I mean, he got about 1-2 teeth down bottom. You know what I mean? He got a couple up top on half the side of his mouth. Right. And they're clowning. Joel Santana looks like a crackhead. Let's talk about Joel Santana's pill addiction. He looks like they got memes on the board. Right. And where I'm going at with this one is, but the same guy is living in a nice house.
Okay.
Driving a Rolls Royce Wraith.
Right.
His wife drives a nice car.
Okay.
The kids go to the best schools. The man has $450,000 worth of jewelry.
Right.
And won't spend $10,000 at the goddamn dentist.
That sounds like a backward ass milk.
So it's just your appearance is looking crazy.
Right.
Your mouth is looking crazy. The first thing people see when you open your mouth up is that you got a tooth down bottom and half a set up top.
Yeah.
But yet you got a bunch of diamonds on your neck.
And he's a very young man. I don't understand that. I guess that's like kind of the old.
Is that just not caring?
Well, it's the old thing when my mom used to say, black people will fix the inside of their houses up and then won't fix the outside up. Right. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I guess that's a bad that's like a bad thing that we carry with one of ourselves. With ourselves as a people.
I mean, when you look in the mirror and know that your grill is missing all kind of hardware, is the first thing you say, "Oh, I gotta go get the new Cuban"?
Nah, I gotta get my teeth fixed. I look a mess.
I mean, but why ain't he getting his teeth fixed?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, his priorities are jacked up. Maybe he knows he's gonna keep smoking cigarettes. He's gonna keep popping pills.
I mean, I don't care what you doing. If you take care of that mouth, your mouth gonna be there.
Your mouth's gonna be there for the rest of your life. But I can't tell you why. I don't know why. But I think his thinking is, man, after that I got money, man. I'm gonna do how I'm gonna do it, and whatever. What a joker gonna say to me.
So I can use him as an example. So take a person that don't have the nice house, that don't have the Rolls Royce Wraiths, that don't have $500,000 worth of jewelry laying around, but yet has more problems over problems because they trying to figure out how they're gonna keep the lights on. Okay. How if we can't get a guy in this position to care, how can we get a person at this position to care?
It starts with leadership, man. I guess
leadership.
Somebody got it. Education, like I said, leadership and education.
Education. I definitely take education.
When I say leadership, I'm saying lead by example. Like somebody has to set the trend and let people know.
I'm pretty sure his woman brushes teeth. Be led by your woman. If she brush and your kids brush, nigga, you brush.
His woman ain't got no money. She get out of line. Her ass getting out the house too. I wish she would say something to me about my teeth. I'm taking care of everything. How about if you come at her with
so every time I come upstairs and you notice there's actually 1 or 2 more teeth missing, just turn the other cheek.
Yeah, what happened this
time?
Pull
a Martin Luther on him,
huh? Turn the other side. No, but seriously, you definitely got to take care of your hygiene. Take care of your appearance, as far as your body. And take care of your body inside as well. Don't keep putting trash in your body for as a whole bunch of pharmaceutical drugs, even illegal drugs, even a whole bunch of anything that too much is wrong. But definitely take care of your mouth, man.
Hey yo, I was listening to some show the other day, and they said Donald Trump was beefing him and Joe Biden was going back and forth on Twitter with each other, right? Mm-hmm. And so they said, yo, who do you think will win a fight between Joe Biden and Donald Trump? Yeah. So the one guy says, man, to be honest with you, hands down, Trump would destroy Joe Biden. The guy says, nah, but Joe Biden's still in shape for his age, and he still runs this much a day. He works out this many hours a day. The guy says, I understand all that. Donald Trump is 70 years old and he's been eating McDonald's for his whole damn life. That man's a machine. You know what I mean? And I said
McDonald's for the rest
because he says he eats McDonald's and he eats all fast food restaurants because he doesn't let people eat. He thinks somebody's going to poison him, so he don't let people prepare his food.
Oh, is that right?
He only stops to eat on the go. He ain't no chef. My chef is on the tape. Somebody's going to buy my chef and kill me.
Right.
If I go to if you know that I like going to Philippe Child or there. This is by Ruth Chris, you know what I mean? TDK, you know what I mean? Any place I like to go, you can get in somebody's ear.
Right.
I got an M for you, you know what I mean?
Right, go grab that for me.
Put that, you know what I mean?
Hit me. Yeah.
So I stopped, when I'm with my driver, I'm like this, pull over.
Right. Wherever I see, right now,
spontaneously. Pull over. I know they ain't poison enough. Pull over.
It's too fast.
So the man said he's been rocking like this his whole life. He's never trusted chefs, cooks. He ain't with none of that. A multi-billionaire. He can give a damn about your 5-course. Only broke niggas give a fuck about eating a $400 steak. You know what I mean?
They never
multi-billionaires ain't think.
Right.
Pull over. Right. Man, but Donald Trump, this is the 5th restaurant. Do you want to be fired?
Do what I said.
Nick, pull to the drive-thru.
Get my Happy Meal.
Pull to the drive-thru and I'll speak. Pull the limo all the way up to the front and I'm telling them, listen,
I mean, hey man, that's his twist, you know what I mean?
And then he throws niggas off because he keep buying kids meals.
That's what I said, buy Happy Meal.
Because I don't even want you thinking it's an adult in the back of the limo.
I'm gonna throw you smooth ball. Right. And give me the brown toy, not the white one.
Nigga got a bunch of toys all in the limo. You know what I mean?
Right.
But moving right along, man, like with the whole, you know, I spoke about Joel Santana and the whole jewelry thing. It's another situation I wanted to touch upon.
Okay.
The jewelry episode, people not taking care of themselves and all that, that's great. I hope people picked up and learned something from that. We need to educate ourselves. We need to, you know what I mean?
Put the good stuff in your body.
We need to do better, man. You know what I mean? We need to drink alkaline water. You know what I mean? We need to stop eating as much grease. We need to really understand what's going on with the levels in our body, with the good cholesterol, the bad cholesterol, the this to that. You know what I mean? We got to get a green.
People are always subject to high blood pressure and diabetes.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? We got to get a green vegetables up in us. You know what I mean? It's a lot of good things, and we got to watch your sugar intake, watch your salt intake. Understand that it breaks down and it turns into this. This is harder to get rid of.
We got to educate ourselves. People.
Realize how important sleep is. You know what I mean? That the 8 hours that they tell you should sleep a day, what your body does during the course of those 8 hours, and when anytime you're subjecting your sleep pattern to 2-3 hours a night, you're not giving it the proper time to process this and this and that. Understand what's really going on with the body. Yeah. But moving on past that, the other day I'm on the internet and I see the Migos, Lil Yachty, and the title read Migos, Lil Yachty, and another rapper pull up on Gucci Man for a jewelry war. and the first thing that came to my mind is, man, how dumb is this shit? Now listen, listen, everybody out there. I am a fan of jewelry. I like a nice watch. I like a nice bracelet. I like a nice necklace.
Why wouldn't you?
You know what I mean? But at the same
King's
time,
supposed to shine.
But at the same time, when you got 1 million, 2 million, 10 million, 15 million wrapped up in jewelry that when you need and you go to sell, they're going to offer you a 1.7 and you done spent $12 million on jewelry, they might offer you 1.7 back for it.
Nothing back for that.
And yet, but this is the message that they're sending, because when you pull up on me for the jewelry war and I make you look stupid, what's this going to make you go do?
Oh, well, you know what? Shit, he got the $20,000 piece. Shit, I'm going to go give me a $40,000 piece. And then the list goes on and on. Oh, he just got the brand new roller. Okay, I'm gonna go buy the brand new AP. I'm gonna get a bust down there.
I think I'm gonna get a bust down there. I think it sets a foolish trend.
Yeah, it's foolish.
Now, if you doing good and you being successful and you feel like I deserve. Yeah, you know, you can treat yourself to something, but living to buy jewelry, you know what I mean?
That 20 grand could just got you a fixer-upper. You know, when I say fix up, I mean a property. You know what I mean?
And I like, and I'm glad you said that, because I like the boy 21 Savage came out last week and says, listen, I'm not doing no more foolish spending. I don't know if it's because of him and Amber Rose just broke up, then now he came to his senses. You know what I mean? Who knows?
It happens.
Right, it happens. It's part of the game. You know what I mean? But I'm not buying any more. I'm not doing no more foolish spending. I'm not buying no more jewelry. You know what I mean? Right now, I'm trying to see exactly how many neighborhoods, how many houses I can buy. That's my mission. That's my motivation. And I said to myself, I said, wow, man, you know what I mean? That's awesome to have a brother, you know what I mean, 21, 22 years old, you know what I mean, and to finally realize, man, I'm doing all of this for what?
Right.
Man, I want to have something that I'm going to have at the end of this. Okay, I'm rapping, I got $10 million worth of jewelry, I stopped rapping, somebody robbed me, and 9 times out of 10, I ain't keep up on my insurance, my insurance joint. I mean, so now I just gave away the $10 million I paid, or I need the money, and somebody's offering me $1 million for my whole 10 million stash.
Yeah, and the sad part about it is, once, you know, jewelry's just like a car, man. Once you drive it enough, it gets old. So now you're gonna all you're gonna do is put the piece up and sit it down somewhere.
Put the piece,
you know what I mean? Not, you know, and then I mean, it's like, okay, it's like a trophy, you know what I'm saying? But if you ain't got it like that, man, or even if you do, like the boy Bub just said, man, if you want to treat yourself after you've done something big, and you know you went that way where you sold 1 million copies or whatever, or you just hit hard and whatever you did, treat yourself one time and fall back, man. Take the rest of that bread and invest it, man. They're not going to tell you this. The jewelers are getting rich off of our black asses. They've been getting rich off our black asses. They're not going to tell you. And
this is my thing. This is you're absolutely right. I love how you touch up on that, because this is the thing. People say, well, I bought this and I paid $60,000 for it, but it's appraised at $89,000 or $90,000.
Right. Let me see you get that for that.
When did the jewelry? If that's the case, the jeweler keep all the jewelry for itself.
Yeah.
How is the jeweler able to have a $3, $4, $5 million house
Right.
Selling niggas in the hood, you know what I mean, $10,000 necklaces.
You know, for one, he got good credit, which you should get. You know what I mean? For the next thing, most people in the hood cashing out. Jokers is coming with the bag.
But the point that I'm making when I ask you that question, good brother Diesel, is the simple fact that the stuff you buying ain't worth what you're paying.
Oh, hell no.
That's the point I'm making.
Oh, no. Yeah, you cleared that up. Yeah, that's a good point, brother. It's definitely not what you buy.
It ain't worth what you buying.
They putting their number on it. A lot of that stuff, and the sad part about it, especially with the diamonds, they blood diamonds. They right over in Africa. They pulling them out, slaving them people, making them find that. Y'all need to watch that movie Blood Diamond with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Right.
That was a very good movie about how the whole trade of this situation goes down. But not to get off a point. But the thing about it is, let's make wiser decisions with our bread. Property is a great thing to have, man, in America. That's what America was built on, land and territory and things of that nature, somewhere in the free land where you can own a piece of some land. I'm telling you, that's the way
I listen, I'm calling out, you know what I mean, and I'm a rap fan and I'm a rap fanatic. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I'm calling out my fellow rappers, you know what I mean, my brethren, you know what I mean, the Migos, Gucci, Yachty,
say their name.
You know what I mean, Fab, even though Fab, you know what I mean, was running around with a bunch of fake chains, you know what I mean, allegedly, you know what I mean, they did call him out on that, you know what I mean, if Fab, we gonna get on you in a minute.
Nah, that family,
you know what I mean?
That family is hot. That family is hot. That's real.
To hear you tell it, put the tester on it. I bet you she go, huh, you know what I mean, ain't no beep. She like, huh. You know what I mean?
Plies, we gonna call you out, Plies, because you got some jewelry.
Plies got a hell of a jewelry game.
But he supports the black people. He always did, man.
But what I'm saying is, man, let's promote, you know what I mean? Let's promote positive decisions, man. Let's promote, you know what I mean, doing something to make our money, make other people money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we for every $100,000 I spent on a piece of jewelry, man, it's 10 jobs I could have created, man. Yes, like let's start thinking like that. It's a lot of people, you know what I mean? It's everybody not in the position that you guys are fortunate enough to be in, man. Like bless some other people, not just by saying your way of giving back is throwing 30, you know what I mean, throwing 30 grand at the King of Diamonds, you know what I mean, so the hoes can scrounge around, you know what I mean, you feel like, you know what I mean, King Dingaling, you know what I mean, it's a little bigger than that.
Such and such, now you know he
right, now they gassing you up, now you gotta go 30 what Meek say, every time I hit the club, I end up throwing 30 G's, that's what they got you tricked into believing you got to do, fool nigga.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Take that money and change somebody's life, man. Like you said, you can give a person an opportunity. That's a shit, man. How many kids you got in college? Shit, that's somebody's college.
3.
Right, and how much a year is one of the colleges?
Hey, listen.
Right.
Hey, listen, what did Goldie say on the Mac?
Break it down.
The Cadillac cost me $30,000, right?
Right.
I got a convertible, that was another $3,000, right?
Right.
And then on top of that, I got chrome shoes on her. You know what I mean? It was $10,000, not the spinners, but the other joint, the 3-point shoes. That was $10,000, right?
There you go.
Okay, and then I got a drop, I got the light split, I changed the exhaust on, I changed the intake, I changed the manifold, I changed the, you know what I mean, that ran me another 12 grand, right?
There you go.
Motherfucker, that's about 57,000. Motherfucker, can you buy that?
Nigga, you's a car thief.
You's a car thief, nigga. You's a rest haven for hoes. So listen, man, the point I'm making here with this whole soliloquy is this. Let's make better decisions, people.
That's it.
We need each other.
That's it, man.
It's imperative that the people in position realize that right now. Listen, and if they do not realize it, me and good brother MUSA the Don here at the Dollar Hour podcast do realize it. You know what I mean? This is why guys like us. This is why guys like us should be supported. This is why guys like us should be who you believing in, who you following in, who you trusting in. Listen, I am your leader. I am your.
Get in and get out.
I am you. You are Diesel.
All day. Bro.
Listen, it's the triangle of love here.
It's the real.
Understand it. From my point, to your point, the Diesel, it's the triangle of love here.
Together, man, let's all educate each other, as I always say.
I'm trying to make sure that we get in position here to give back to you, and not give back to you, but guide you in doing so. People may give back and feel like, well, these other guys ain't give. I just gave away $10,000. These other guys ain't gave you nothing, so you should like me over them.
Nah, we trying to touch the people for real.
Listen, I'm not just trying to give you. I'm trying to give you and educate you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rock with me. Follow us here at the Dollar Hour. But moving on. Hey, Fab, I ain't off your ass yet. Hey, listen.
Fab.
We back to the boy F-A-B-O. You know?
US.
Hey, listen, man. hey, Fab Man, I like you. My kids like you. My wife like you. Whatever's going on with the situation, Fab Man, I'm not even coming at you hard because I mean, I know what's been reported, but I understand there's a lot of things that probably haven't been reported. So I'm really trying to give you the benefit of the doubt here. But when your woman running out the house screaming, he knocked my teeth out, you know what I mean? It's not a good look,
hey,
man.
Fab, I didn't know you had a rumble in you, baby.
Yeah, I ain't know my baby look frail as hell. I ain't know he had no rumble with him.
Too cool to be knocking teeth out, Fab. I hope that ain't just the ladies' teeth you knock out, Joe. But nah, that's
never heard of Fab knocking a nigga teeth out.
Nah, I haven't.
You know
that's
what I mean?
Said.
At all. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody said Fab knocked my teeth out.
As I was reading the article, right? Because Fab, I like Fab as a rapper.
Yeah, I like Fab. He been around forever. He stood the test of time.
He's a good rapper, man. When I seen Fab on the TMZ joint when
right.
he was outside and he was hollering, screaming, he's trying to run,
right.
fake running, go get the dad, and the bodyguard keep holding back. Yeah. He smacks the bodyguard's hand, get off me. The dad screaming and hollering, talking about, that's my daughter. That's my daughter.
You're a coward.
I didn't have a clue.
You a coward.
That allegedly the dad went in the crib and stole the guns
and took the
boy's guns.
Took the two
so
pistols,
now
right.
the boy's in his now Fab allegedly is in his crib without any protection up in there, and you know
with a bunch of fake chains laying around in the top drawer, in the third bedroom.
Fab doing shows every night with the friends. You know Fab don't want nobody follow that Jeep home, man, and come get him, and he ain't got no protection on the real deal. So
he like keep him away from my house.
I didn't know why he was screaming and hollering, but Fab, if you knocked your baby mom teeth out, man, that's some cold shit, man. That's a nice looking girl, man. You know, go get that bitch a pair of false setties, man, up in her mouth, man, and get that shit right for her, man. That's your baby, man. At the end of the day,
I'm just saying, if I knock my baby mom that I've been with for 15 years teeth out of her mouth because she tried to go through my cell phone after knowing that I've been cheating on her for the whole time I've been with her any goddamn way,
she know the deal.
It leads me to believe, and I really don't want to assume here and make an ass on myself. But Fab been busting that ass for some time now. He ain't just
allegedly.
You know what I mean? I'm just thinking so. I mean, when you go that far over, it ain't even that she got the phone. Like let her get the phone, crack the code, and say, "Why you got all these naked pictures of these girls in here? What kind of shit?" And then let me catch you. You know what I mean? I didn't know what to say, and I was busting, so I just needed a diversion. He bust her ass, and she ain't even get the phone yet.
Yeah, but he might have. It's a certain level of respect that he has for that girl, and it's not what she wants it to be. I think he had that child by her, and it's kind of he probably come around there, and he probably like her still in a certain way, but he's not going to respect her as of you my girl, and I got to show you this and show you that. That's not happening with that. He been with the girl too long. He hasn't married.
He been with the girl too long.
You know what it is, and he probably got other joints, and that's what it is, and that's just somebody that he been with for a while. We
should have used this in on our hypotheticals. We should have said, okay, now you got women that may have been around in a 15-year relationship, and they just don't want to get married. No knock on them. They feel how they feel. But if you've been around in a 15-year relationship and you've been pressing this nigga to marry you since the first damn year, and this man ain't did it yet, what does she need to do, good brother Diesel?
Man, she need to.
This is a hell of a hypothetical.
Walk on by. He's not gonna marry you. You probably just a friend to him. You know what I mean? Somebody convenient to the man. At the end of the day, and you his baby mom, so he tolerates you. But at the end of the day, he probably ain't feeling.
But my question is this.
You know what I mean?
When I can take so much shit from a man, but he makes me feel good because he spends a holiday with me and he buys me a Rolex watch every year. I get a Rolex watch with a new face on it. You know what I mean? Or he does some his and her shit that makes me feel so special, even though I'm a rag doll for the rest of the year because I know this nigga running through mad women, ain't respecting nothing moving. When I even see the dude, you know what I mean? Do you sacrifice your one time a year Rolex or shopping spree?
Well,
you know what I mean, for a lifetime of misery, or do you move on and get your stuff together?
Well, before you gotta understand, a lot of times before some women met some kind of men, they wasn't shit in their
Oh, they knew they wasn't. They knew they wasn't nothing.
Anyway, and they felt like they wasn't shit. So now this guy comes around. He got this. He got that. He got it going on. Regardless of where he's a rapper, he's a movie star, he's just a guy with big money, he can take care of you, whatever. And then you come through and you start doing all these things for her. Now you light her behind up, get her pregnant, and this and that and that and this. Now you got the baby by her, now you still looking out for homegirl. And at the end of the day, she's never been taken care of like this or never been in this lifestyle. She tends to get mesmerized by your ass. And at the end of the day, she can't see herself messing with a regular guy.
You know
it's not
what?
Going to work.
You know what? And everybody always wanted to know why do flies like shit. Hey, listen, catch that lug, ladies and gentlemen.
That was strong.
Why do fly? Hold on. Did my co-host catch that love?
That was strong.
Why do flies love shit?
Yeah. They like to stay up in something, don't
they? Hey, listen. Even more so. Yeah. Even more. But listen, man. Yeah, that situation's crazy. Pop, you was definitely out of line a little bit. You know what I mean? If your daughter calling you talking about she feel threatened for her life and this and that, you remove your daughter from the situation. You don't come over and take a man's hardware. You know what I mean? You dumb big, pack your shit up. Little Emily, I'm on my way to come get you. You know what I mean? You go over there, you get her, you take her away from the situation. If she want to go back, the shit's on her. You know what I mean? But you don't come over there and start scrambling through a man's bedroom and taking shit.
And you're exactly right, but and not the coattail off of what I was saying. And none of these hoes want to go back to work. They don't want to go back to work.
They don't. They waiting for What they waiting for? What's homegirl on VH1? They waiting for Mona. They waiting for Mona Scott to call them back.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, for a partial check.
Don't nobody want to go start working back at the local Family Dollar or the local mall or the insurance company or wherever you got to work that you uncomfortable.
I sat around for 15 years waiting for you to marry me, but I never thought I should go get an education because you probably will never settle down with my ass because there's too many women at your dispense.
Right, and anything that's paying real high, you got to go get some training and some schooling for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. They don't got time for that.
But if I go get trained in the school and my man gonna use that as another excuse to go smash women because he gonna say when I needed you when I was horny, you know what I mean? You talk about I said I gotta read this chapter. Right. You know what I mean? So now he got you feeling like baby, you gotta be on call all the time.
Baby, I'm setting myself up to make $80,000 a year.
You see this jewelry around my neck? You talking stupid. Yeah, but he hit it with the mid-name. You see all this jewelry. You talking about a job. Shit. A job. I got look at this jewelry I got.
I'm securing our future, baby. I'm gonna be an RN, or I'm gonna be a head of administration, or I'm gonna be somebody up in here. You know what I mean? I'm securing the bag.
I'm gonna be somebody up in here.
Yeah, I don't need just your money. I got my own money. I got my good credit and all that. That's the only way you're gonna get something out here right now if you want to make some real money, ladies.
Right, I heard. Hey, listen, Cardi, moving on. Cardi, Bartier, Cardi. What's going on with you, Cardi B? Hey, listen, man. But I got a question. I got a question, man.
It's looking funny.
I understand that there's a plot in the industry, you know what I mean, to dethrone Nicki Minaj, you know what I mean, and replace her with anybody with a huge Instagram following. I understand that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I'm sick of Nicki's lies, and she's really Barbie doll plastic, you know what I mean? So for real, I wouldn't mind seeing her go my damn self, you know what I mean? But for the right reasons.
Because she Barbie doll plastic?
I mean, she lies about everything.
Right.
I mean, you're still lying about bitch, right. Tell the truth about one thing. Did you get plastic surgery or not? Well, we know you've been back to Dr. Miami 55 times.
Well, we know somebody put some air in her butt. Now, we know that.
I mean, but she lies about everything. So if you lie about the most obvious shit, what the hell ain't you lying about?
She's insecure.
Come on, man. You can't keep a man for what?
Because she's insecure.
You got an attitude and you're a bitch and everybody hates working with you for what?
She's insecure.
If you came my way, I'll doubt. hey, listen, but the point I'm making with the Cartier joint is, okay, we know
Cartier.
I mean Cartier Barty.
Right.
You know what I mean? Cardi B. They go, you know. The thing I'm making, okay, she just came out with the she got the new song out right there. Be careful.
Right.
She got the new song out, Be Careful.
Mm-hmm.
Not even 3 days before the song come out, you got the original songwriter in the studio 18 months ago singing a song, recording the song.
I seen that clip. That was crazy.
He got the same words she used, the same wordplay, the same cadence, the same everything. Yeah. Okay, we understand that she didn't write one word on Bodak Yellow, her hit song that brought her to stardom.
Right.
And that's cool. I understand that ghostwriters, you know, I guess, you know, with Drake, with Meek Mill, went through the whole thing. A lot of people, you know, base their opinion on the fact that they just like good music, no matter who writes it or who doesn't. Okay. But what I'm saying is, I didn't even go there with the Drake thing because I actually know Drake is a talented artist that he can write and do all those things himself. Yeah. And if he's in the studio and they got somebody helping her say, yo, don't do it this way, do it this way, or
that's
yo,
just help with a song. That's not
that's two different things. Yeah. I'm just saying, what are we actually buying into with this whole Cardi B craze going on? What are we buying into? This some industry BS?
The crazy thing is, I've been saying this since the girl came out. I said, man, you know, they're making her up to be something that they want her to be. They're trying to make her up to be the next Nicki Minaj. And I don't think it's going to work. Nicki is a hell of a song. She puts a song together. She can rap her ass off. Cardi B, she's not there.
Well, we don't know how much writing she done.
I don't know about the writing part, but I'm just saying Nicki has over the years, she has acquired some good ass awards. She's put together some really good songs.
She has.
It's no question.
There's no denying that. There's no denying that.
As far as hip hop, she is a superstar, and I understand what y'all trying to make Cardi B out to be. But listen, if Cardi B does not deliver this album correctly, and this is her single that's coming out, and this is what y'all got for as the next single coming out to debut this album, that's not going to work. Y'all could have kept that off the radio. I don't know who prepared this song to get on to the DJs and to the radio top 10s or whatever to the fact, but this is not the song at all. And not only is it not the song, it's somebody else's song. So it's like now you're waiting for an album to come out, which is supposed to be April the 20th, I believe.
But my thing is, shit. I mean, not to cut you off, brother. Cool. You know what I mean. But I wanted to say this because I know we talked about this previously as well.
Yeah.
If you even gonna come with the single that's gonna lead off to sell your album, the single should have been more hard hitting.
Well,
that's
what I was just saying. I said that Be Careful was gonna be the album that was what y'all was giving. You got to do better than that.
But when the people hear that, they might not. If they don't know you, they're not gonna understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. That's what I was saying. I was just saying that if that's the single of this album coming out, that's not going to work for the people. That's not going to grab them to say,
and
I want to go.
She's projected to do $1 million the first week off of that.
I don't know how.
Off of that?
I don't know how. You know what I mean? I'm not seeing it.
Bodak Yellow sold out. It was a hot song. It sold out. You did what you did, but
yeah.
I mean, I'm not buying your album just to hear Bodak Yellow again.
Nah,
I'm trying to hear what else you got.
Nah. And like I said, we're not knocking her at all, but you got to come stronger than that. If you
I love the hustle.
Crown. If you're going to try to take the crown from Nicki, because that's basically what's set up to do. If you're going to take her fans and take her crown, you're going to have to come better than that. I'm sorry, baby girl. You got to come way stronger than that, because that's not it. Especially to know that it's somebody else's song and a song not even all that. Come on, man. Like, seriously. You got to do better. You got to do better. I'm not impressed, bro. As her as an artist doing that crap, I'm not impressed. I'm really not.
You know what? I have to follow your sentiment on that one. I'm not impressed either, good brother. I'm truly not impressed, man. So, hey, listen, man. Hey, artists out here, I understand right now that the record labels are you know what I mean. Basically, they're taking people off Instagram, you know what I mean, with a huge following, you know what I mean, and they're saying to themselves, we can make you a star. You know what I mean. Long as you got the look, we gonna tell you what to say with the rap and with the right. We gonna tell you with the with the rap and recite and all the other stuff. You know what I mean. But hey, listen, man. You know. Your followers, man, don't want to keep buying illusions, man. We want to buy into something that's real, man. You know what I mean? And that's the problem with rap today. Not with everybody, because rap has gotten real, but it's still a lot of fake shit that the industry, you know what I mean, is trying to pull the wool over our eyes, but I'm sick of it.
Because they're trying to market and promote something that not is.
And that's what it's all about, that marketing and that promotion. That's what it all comes down to with them.
It's that. If I make you out to be this person, I'm marketing to this genre of person, or this gangster music, or this soft music, and I'm putting it out there like that, then that's what it is. You know what I mean? That's how they trying to, that's what they're basically doing. So I'm going to put it out there as, okay, Cardi B's got this, she's got that, boom, 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 and I'm going to make her, to that audience, but she's not showing improvement with the music right now. I'm not feeling that, bro. She got to come stronger. You
got to come stronger. You know what I mean? Other than that, you know what I mean? Keep doing what you do. You're going to keep getting what you get. Moving on to the next phase of the Dollar an Hour, episode 17.
Talk about
oh my gosh, I got to do it. Don't forget the official grand launch of the Dollar an Hour podcast will be April 28th at 618 8th Street, Northwest Washington, D.C.
Chocolate
starting
City.
At 7 o'clock. Airing of the podcast will be at 7 o'clock. The party will commence after. We got DJ 718 on the wheels of steel. Be there or be square. Moving on to I got a question for you. I'm about to call you DJ MUSA the Don. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I know my brother did a little scratching in the day. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna take that from him.
Don't give him everything, man.
Don't give him everything.
Nah,
you know what I mean? Right. But my question to you is the MVP race between everybody was giving it to James Harden, but now LeBron James is making a strong push for that MVP. What do you feel about that? What are your thoughts on that? Can LeBron take the MVP from James when James was actually a lock to have it?
The way LeBron can take the MVP away is by him winning more games with his team. That's the only way it's going to happen. Other than that,
what do you mean when we say that? Because we know they're not going to have a better record than Houston. So what do you mean when you say that?
If he can't bring it all the way home, a lot of times that's how they view it. They view it like that because it's like whoever brings it all the way home, they're more subject to get get the MVP than the person who.
So right now, you know what I mean, going all the way back to my initial question. So what you're telling me, James Harden is a lock to have it because there's no way you can catch the number one team in the West.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're number 3 in the East.
Yeah. James will take it because of his team. Because to be a great individual, you have to have a great team. You know what I mean? You can't do it all by yourself.
But you know, and maybe we should have talked about this, you know what I mean, further. But my whole thing is this: LeBron James is actually making a case that he is doing more, working with less. James Harden actually has a team out there.
I know, but it doesn't go like that. You already know how it goes. Once when you're with the winning team and you have won and all that, blah blah blah. 9 times out of 10, you're the guy that gets the MVP, no matter how good.
I know, but is that fair? I understand how these people may, you know what I mean, view it or judge it, but is that fair? And the way I'm looking at it, LeBron is working with a bunch of Class C individuals on this team, and he's getting it done with these guys.
Is it fair? No, it's not fair. I mean, I think it's a whole lot of guys, you know what I mean, that in the past have deserved to be the MVP of the league, but they didn't get it because their team sucked. You know what I mean?
Right.
I definitely don't think it's fair. But is that how it goes? Yeah. You know what I mean? Shit, Tom Brady last year, getting off his basketball stuff to get on the football, he would have got the MVP if they would have won. You know what I mean? They would have gave it to him.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's all about who wins. Whoever wins the team, then they're going to get it over top of the skills sometimes of an individual. That's just how it goes.
I got one other question, switching it back to the NBA for you. You know what I mean? Do LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers actually have enough to secure an NBA championship this year?
I don't think this year that they do because he's working with a new staff. And a lot of times you gotta, you know, and then they came like in the middle of the season, like after a lot of things got broke up around right a little bit before All-Star and then after All-Star game. So I think that being as though he has a new cast and new guys to work with, and then they're already behind for his wins this season, I don't think that they'll be able
you know what?
to get there.
Right, and I'm sorry,
No, you good. You good. I was basically done.
But what I wanted to say was, because it looks like it's going to be the Cavs and Houston Rockets.
Right, and that'd be a beautiful thing. But I just think that Houston has a little bit more. What do you call it?
They got firepower. They got more firepower.
A lot of firepower, and they got a more together team. You know what I mean? Like they're a more solid team right now.
I mean, they got better players. You got Ben Gordon. I mean,
I just like the way that they moving right now. They moving like a well-oiled machine.
They truly are.
So you know, and everybody's distributing the ball and that. And like you said, you made a good point when you started this, saying basically like LeBron is doing more. But when LeBron has to do more, yeah, he can score 50 points tonight, but you wearing him out. He doesn't need to be wore out at this age. He needs to, you know, kind of be preserved. Him throwing up 25 or 30 is still good as long as the whole team is rocking with him. He shouldn't have to be doing all that extra work at this.
But we know that the King will do anything.
I know he will, but I'm just saying
his legacy and another NBA championship.
Yeah, but certain teams he doesn't need to be doing all that. He needs to be, like I said, get out there, get his triple-double, get his double-double, throw up 30 and distribute that ball around to the younger guys. They need to be scoring as well. He's still the king. It doesn't matter.
He's still the king.
But he doesn't
He's gonna be the king no matter what.
He don't need to be wearing himself out though, bro, either. You feel me?
Right. I definitely understand that.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? What I want to get into, you know what I mean, before we go and conclude podcast episode 17 of the Dollar Hour, you know what I mean, I want to get into a segment that we also do, you know what I mean, on the Dollar Hour podcast called Motivation for the Soul. You know what I mean? And what I want to get into with Motivation of the Soul is it's okay for you to be yourself. I know we started off earlier in the podcast and we said that the name of this episode was going to be White Man in a Black Man's Body. You know what I mean? So now I'm going to go ahead and bring that full surface on what that means. You know what I mean? Through the Motivation for the Soul segment. What I mean by that is, first of all, you know, always be yourself and know that you can accomplish anything in life that you choose to accomplish. You know what I mean? Long as you're being true to who you are, as long as you do the things that make yourself the best you can be, and then apply those efforts to being who you are. I think a lot of us get messed up in the head in society is when we reach out or we strive to be something, you know what I mean, that we'll never be, or subject ourselves, you know what I mean, to subject ourselves to be likened or fancied by somebody that'll truly never really like you or fancy you or even accept you. You know what I mean? I think at the end of the day, when a lot of people are setting themselves up for failure, you know what I mean, when they go out here and they thinking that If I do this, she'll like me. If I do this, he'll like me. If I do this, she'll like me, etc. and so on. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? When you realize that everything you did, that this person doesn't like you the way you want to be liked, you know what I mean? I think that, I think that, at the end of the day, when you realize that this person doesn't like you the way you want to be liked, now it's heartbreaking. Now you want to hurt yourself. Now you don't know what to do. You know what I mean? It just brings on.
I'm gonna go postal.
Is that what sends people postal?
It does. Yeah. Yeah, and I didn't mean to cut you off.
But, no. That was excellent. Excellent.
But that is what makes people go postal. They've been at this job for 30 years. They've been here for 20 years. The guy who just came here 5 years ago, now he gets the advancement as far as a job. I'm a black guy, or I'm a white, or whoever I am. At the end of the day, they're looking over top me. They only gonna let me be here. I'm tired of it. Then somebody come at them crazy in the job, and then that's it. They was already fed up from go, but they kept kissing ass and kept thinking that they was gonna suck butts and it was gonna make them, advance, and they never did. They always looked at them like the gopher. You know what I mean? You'll never advance to our level because you don't have our credentials. That's how it goes in life. And if you don't know that, you'll be a sucker for love ass trick. You know what I'm saying? You'll never understand what's really going on in that corporate world until you sit down and get your credentials together, and then you go on your own. Other than that, man, if you sit up there waiting for them people to give you something, they're not going to give you shit. They're going to leave you right where you're at so they can control your situation. And no matter how hard you think that you're going to be one of them, you're not. So the best thing I can say is, and I hope my brother on the left agrees with me, you got to get all their information, study the information, and then use it for yourself. You know what I mean? Use it for yourself to go do your own thing.
You know what? I totally agree with you, but I totally agree with you, Diesel, but.
What's the but?
What about when I never got the information, when I never truly applied myself, when I never truly stepped out of the position that I was originally given, and at the same time, but yet I know that if I'm not here, I'm probably shit out of luck. So am I forced to be Sammy Davis Jr. then? Must I tap dance, you know what I mean, and keep a smile on Master's face and hope I don't upset him too much? If I know I truly never put myself in a position to be a boss, to be a leader, to even be able to leave and still find the same success, if not more?
I mean, in that case, bro, I sadly for me to say, I can make all the excuses in the world, but I know for sure if you don't know, you don't know. That's the bad part about it. So you could walk through life, all through life, trying to kiss ass, trying to suck butts, never educating yourself how to get to that next level, and you'll always be that Uncle Tom Sambo, Sammy Davis ass tapping, Mr. Bojangles ass no.
But what if I don't look at myself as the tap dancing Mr. Bojangles nigga? You know what I mean?
That's the bad part about it.
But the whole hustle is the reason why I don't look at it like that is because I've never been taught on how to look at it or how not to look at it. I just went through life and I just thought I could figure things out as I figured them out. But at the end of the day, I can't even tell myself when I'm wrong or right because I really don't know.
And in that case, you got to people out here.
Do my Uncle Tom ass deserve a pass then?
People out here, you have to talk to people. You have to surround yourself around the winners. Once again, the winners ain't sucking butts and kissing asses.
But the winners in my eye are all white, and at the same time, I try to get close to them, but they only let me in so close.
And that's when you got to realize that you're not one of them and you never will be.
So what do I do? I'm panicking.
You educate yourself and try your hardest to, whatever you seeing them do, ask them or figure out how they're doing it and which way to go to get there. That way you can be on the same educational level as the next person.
But I really don't have that much ambition. I'm really not striving to be a whole bunch of nothing in my life. I just don't want to piss my ass off because I'm okay where I'm at in life.
Well, then
ain't nowhere.
Well, then you keep being a hoe in the game, keep living on the bottom, and keep being in that basket because there's a lot of crabs in there.
Dollar Hour Podcast, Episode 7, MUSA the Don, Buck Love, bringing you everything that we got. Hope you enjoy another episode podcast. You know what I mean? Be to you next week, Episode 18. Special guest coming. You'll really be delighted on what we bring to the table. You know what I mean? Stay tuned. Listen, subscribe, subscribe, share. You know what I mean? YouTube, iTunes. It's going down. Don't forget, grand launch party. You know what I mean?
Washington, D.C.
Penny Whiskey Bar.
Hookah.
618.
618.
8th Street.
What?
Northwest.
Washington, D.C., Chocolate City.
Chocolate City in the building.
Be there, or you ain't nowhere.
April 28th. Don't forget, $1 Hour Podcast out. We love y'all.
Springtime.
1.
Yeah. That concludes another week of the $1 Hour Podcast Show. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to continue to bring you hits and hits and hits and more hits. Stay tuned. And don't forget, $1 Hour Podcast, #1 podcast in the nation. Subscribe, like, follow. You know how to do. Goodbye.